You've probably heard people talk about the temperature of audiences. People are either cold to you, warm to you, or hot to you. Once you understand what that means, it seems very intuitive, but what's not intuitive is the type of messages and marketing tactics you need to deploy in order to match the audience. If you send cold messages and do cold tactics to a warm prospect, it's not going to work, right? And the longer you go without giving them the right type of messages, the more they're open to being captured by your competitors. So you need to move them along the buyer's journey meaningfully, deliberately, and without mistakes. Otherwise, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your ad budget, your marketing budget, sending people the wrong messages. In this video, we're going to talk about warm audiences and what messages to send to them. My name is Irshad, partner at Dropkick Copy. We are Olympic level direct response marketers, World Federation champions. Our oversight translates well to all levels of the funnel, but it's the bottom of the funnel closest to the sale that interests us the most. There's a link in the description box below. You can check my partner, interview some of our past clients, but first watch the rest of this video. So a warm prospect, now when we talk about these temperatures, what they really mean, what we as marketers are really supposed to understand from this temperature thing, is that everybody has decision-making frameworks they're using to speed up decision-making at all times, because making decisions is a cognitive load, and we try to minimize that load with these little frameworks that we have. All right, so a cold audience, a cold prospect has one. I've discussed that in a previous video. If you successfully warmed a cold prospect into being a warm prospect, they are now using a different type of framework to think about you and their relationship towards you. It's our job to fit in with that framework or exploit that framework to move people down the buyer's journey. Now, what is that framework that the warm prospects are using? Basically, studies have shown once people have a belief about you, some sort of basic positive belief, they're constantly looking to validate it or disprove it. They are asking themselves, can I continue to believe this, or am I forced to not believe this anymore? What the studies have actually shown is that people tend to work more towards confirming their beliefs than contradicting their beliefs. They're working more towards proving themselves rather than disproving themselves. All right, that's why you'll hear people exclaim, "I knew I was right." They say, "I knew I was right." They don't say, "I knew I was wrong." They're trying to find out if they're right. Even if they want to be right that somebody's a bad person, they're like, "I knew I was right about that person." People are always trying to know if they're right. They're not trying to know if they're wrong. So we as marketers, once we've done our cold work properly and established, hopefully, positive beliefs from them towards us, what we need to be doing is then feeding into this tendency for them to constantly confirm that positive belief. And that's how you're supposed to treat warm prospects. To help you understand this, I'm going to use this surf camp example that I've been running with in the previous video about cold audiences. I've been using the same example, so I'm following that. Let me explain what a surf camp is like. Basically, a surf camp is different from a surf school. A surf school just gives you lessons. The surf camp hosts you and accommodates you so you can stay there. A surf camp, a surf business, is a service-based business, and it's usually seasonal. And not only is it seasonal, it's also on demand. So people want service fulfillment quickly. That's the type of lane you're in with this type of thing. Now, there are cold prospects. I've talked about them in the previous video, and there's warm prospects in a surf business. Let me describe what warm prospects are like. So at a basic level, a warm prospect is somebody who is a swimmer or a surfer, and they're aware now that there are lessons available in this place. Let's say the country is called Paradise Country, and the beach you're on is called Paradise Beach, and your surf camp is called Paradise Surf Camp. They're aware that you are offering this service, and they're aware that it's safe to do, it's possible to do with their level of athleticism, and this is the season that you should do it, etc., etc. They're aware of all these things. Your cold messaging has worked, right, such that it's earned some sort of warm signal. Now, what are these warm signals? A follow is a warm signal, but it's not enough to signal to us that they're ready to buy. Sometimes people follow you just because they like the quality of your content, but they're not ready to buy anything from you, right? So you're doing your cold outreach, you're doing your cold messaging, let them follow you. It's from the people that actually DM you that you can say that, okay, here's some real leads, here's some real warm leads. They're warmer than the rest. There's a different degree of warmth right now. That is when you need to adjust your messaging. All right, let's talk about the type of messaging you need to put out to them. So while your posts are doing their thing and your ads are doing their thing, they're speaking to cold prospects from them. Some of them will be warmed. You should be getting people following you. You should get people putting in inquiries and hopefully DMing you. If they're DMing you, that is a true signal of warmth. If they're emailing you, that's a true signal of warmth. Now, it's in this moment that you can really increase the warmth and push them further down the buyer's journey. And how you're going to do that is having the intention to always confirm their pre-existing positive beliefs, because the prospect wants that. So they want you to win, actually. You just got to win and not lose here. So what do? You got to be prepared, you got to be ready, you got to be relevant. You got to ask them about themselves. Ask personal questions without, within reason. Learn about them, their journey. Are you a real active surfer? Are you a beginner? When you're trying to come here, have you been here before? Are you interested in other activities? Gather information, it's okay. Having a personal interaction with them is nice for them because that allows them to feel endeared to you, and they want that. All right, so you can feed into that. Whip out your phone, tell whoever's handling your social account, whip out your phone, show them the camp is live and there's people here, send them that video. If they want prices, have a nice graphic design, show how your prices stack against other people's prices, right? Things like that. If they want other more detailed information about surfing or surf culture and whatnot, you can have blog posts on your website ready for that. Just link them to it. That's good too, because it's on your asset, your real estate, rather than just link it to some random person. If they're looking for a nice deal and a package, maybe you have something set up on another booking channel that you can link them to. Accommodation plus food plus surf camp plus expedition to wherever, these types of things. Have all that prepared and ready and templatized. Your social media person just needs to maintain the energy level and the positivity and be really interested in this person. That's what's going to make them endeared to you and confirm that this was a great idea. It was a great idea to reach out to you, right? And do not let them leave the conversation without, again, knowing where they are in the buyer's journey, because they might be warm, truly warm right now, but they're not in the position to act on that warmth. Maybe a year from now, they might visit you. Okay, so you got to know if that's what it is, because if they can only visit you a year from now, you can maybe send one follow-up back in the DMs again, because now that they've opened this gate, you can DM them one time at least without feeling like you're intruding, right? So cool, you're going to visit us next year. I'm going to follow up with you maybe 3 months out, 3 months before that, and just check in on you, John. Hey John, are you still going to make this trip? We're waiting for you, haha, that type of thing. All right? The DMs is where it's at, and salesmanship needs to be employed with the intention of confirming the positive bias. Understand what I mean? That's basically it. So you'll notice that warming somebody in a meaningful way to the point where they actually purchase is not the same as this kind of performance marketing post. It's not a matter of just spamming organic posts and spamming ads. That's not what it is, To raise the degree of heat, you have to keep confirming positive things. You gotta get personal, get relevant, get engaged, make them feel like they're cared for, make them feel like they're with somebody that's really authoritative and is really passionate about what they're doing. All that can be done with good salesmanship and some pre-preparation and templatization of what you're trying to do, how you're trying to interact with the person. You got to also remember that warming prospects is not just your job, it's everybody's job. If you all are in this kind of lane of water sports, theoretically, everybody who's in water sports is warming non-water sports people should be warming non-water sports people to water sports, right? And surfing and stuff. When you do that, you all increase the total addressable market for each other. So everybody wins. Yeah, so you as a surf camp business in your area, you immediately want to start thinking about partnering with other surf camps, partnering with hotels and restaurants, saying, I'll send you people, you send me people, tell them good things about us, blah, blah, blah. Because they're doing their work to warm people and bring people to the area. You just gotta be the person to welcome them into your fold, right? It's the steps it takes for them to buy from you is much less than if you had to kind of do it all yourself, really. So being recommended is gonna really work well here, right? So to a degree, being recommended by other businesses solves this warmth issue, getting people warmer to you and such. It's a matter of them showing up and actually checking out your space and saying, hey, I don't mind surfing with you guys. Okay, I'm going to explore this a bit more, this kind of concept of culturally moving people in a direction in the next video, where we talk about hot leads. What is a hot lead? But yeah, until that video comes out, take it easy.